Hello and welcome to part 2 of December and Winter Magic, where we're exploring all the different things that happen this time of month, both in our bodies and in our energy field, which is we can be busy in December with holidays, with activities, with trying to wrap up the year, with also needing rest and more quiet because energetically our planet is resting. And so our bodies wants to spend more time in front of a candle or in front of a hearth and really just sink into rest, but we're pulled to be busy. And we're also carrying that pull of what's ahead in 2026. Because the wheel of time in the current calendar, human-made calendar system that we all operate by is just around the corner. So if you're just joining me, hello, my name is Tahverlee. I'm a high priestess, a practicing witch, founder of the Moon Temple Mystery School, and this 6-part series is going to be everything you need to know to process energetically the year you've had and prepare yourself for what's coming. And if you haven't watched part 1, go watch part 1 because today's spell work is going to be in regards to what you did in part 1. So go back and watch part 1. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you're subscribed so you get all of the updates. And I want comments. If you're doing this work, if you're in for this 6-part series, make sure that you drop a comment so I can send you some extra energy along the way. Okay, part 1, we looked at in 2025 the things we loved and the things we didn't love. You wrote them all out separately. That part should be done before you come and do this part. Now, to finish that, I want you on a single sheet of paper on the left-hand column on one piece to write out the things you loved, and in the right-hand column, write out the things you didn't love. There might be correspondences between the two. It might be like, well, I loved that this happened, or I love this new friendship or relationship or job or thing or project that came up, but it also came with something I didn't love. That's okay. Keep them in separate columns. Because it's rare that anything is perfect. That's part of the mystery. That's part of the mystery of being a spirit in a human body is we hold big polarity a lot. We see something we love at the same time as we see something that we don't love. They could be totally different or the same. So you're going to put them in 2 different columns. And then what I want you to do when you are done and it's exhausted, I want you to rip the right side of that page out and burn it. That's what you're leaving behind in 2025. Not all circumstances or challenges in your life and my life and our collective lives are going to change, but how we feel about it can change. We might get more angry about it. We might be more centered in truth. We might become more free to express that. Whatever it might be, we need to leave 2025 behind. Rip out the right side of the page, burn it, and when the ashes are cold, bury it outside. And then I want you to take the list of things that you love, and we're going to go into it now. We're still swirling through how are we processing everything of this year, and how do we stay present in the month of December, because we're still here. We're not going to lose an entire month by processing the year and planning for the year ahead. We still need to be present. So we're going to do a combination of things that this next ritual that allows you to see the things that you loved, feel them, and apply them to the here and now, and let them start to create a spark for what might come in 2026. So here's the ritual in part 2 of Winter Magic. The first thing you're going to do is set aside, and if you're doing this in order that I'm releasing these, that means you have about a week between, and that's intentional, so you can move through these. If you're not, and you're like watching them back to back, you do you. You take the amount of time you need. But I recommend at least 3 to 4 sessions of 15 to 20 minutes by yourself with your list of things that you loved. And what you're going to do is you're going to sit just like I am. I'm sitting on a little stool. My feet are flat on the floor. I'm straightening my spine, dropping my chin, dropping my shoulders, almost to where I want my heart to be open as equally as I am straight. I'm not over opening. I'm not contorting. I'm straight. And I want you to close your eyes. Rest your hands, palms open, on your thighs. And you'll close your eyes and do a few rounds of deep breaths. When you feel really settled, really aligned, maybe a little tension in your belly from holding yourself upright, maybe a little tightening in your spine when you realize it likes being locked into that straightened position, and then open your eyes and read aloud to yourself one of the things that you loved about this year. It could be something like, oh, I loved having that experience. I loved the feeling. I loved the opportunity. I loved the fun, the joy, the love. Whatever it is, name the feeling and let it flood your body. And then ask yourself, how can I experience more of that the rest of this year? And when you get any answers coming to your body, just make a note. Might be a fresh page or the other side of the half page that you've torn of the things that you loved. How can I experience more of that now, here, this month? This is super, super magical in practice. How can I experience more of that now? When you feel like that particular session of sitting in an upright position, heart open, shoulders relaxed, and you ask yourself, oh, I so loved this in 2025, and how can I experience more of it now? Write it out. When that feels exhausted, I want you to put your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your belly, and I want you to take a deep breath in and exhale and say, oh, and so it is. You may choose to. So that's the ritual, okay? So that's part 2 of this. We're taking everything that we loved from 2025, we're anchoring it into here and now. It will come into what's coming in 2026. And an optional thing that you can do at this stage, if you have time and capacity and space for more magic, I want you to take the things that you wrote out about how you can experience more of that now. So for example, in 2025, if something big happened, like one big thing, and you're bringing that joy into your body and you're asking yourself how you can experience that now, and your mind starts to say, well, I can't re-experience that because that happened already. Maybe the question becomes, how can I celebrate more? How can I flourish and feel into that energy more so something like that can come again? So don't limit yourself. Don't put but that happened, but that only can happen in July when my family's on vacation, or I can only get one raise a year, or I can only, Let that feeling just guide you to something different that feels the same. It's the feelings that we are working on here, and I'll tell you why. In the 2026 Intention Wheel class, which I talked about before, and I'll keep telling you, link is in the show notes. Make sure that you check it out, because the main reason why vision boards don't work, well, first of all, most vision boards don't do what I'm doing, which is acknowledging what's left over in your body from the year, and it takes up so much room that you actually don't have space to create new visions. So we're processing that. We're making space. We're moving energy. We're using magic to create change in our body so the year ahead is really fucking magical. Vision boards don't do that. But in order to actually get to a place where a vision board can work, you have to feel it. Doesn't matter the way you use the picture. It doesn't matter the way you write it out. Doesn't matter the colors. Doesn't matter the moon cycle. Doesn't matter if you use candle magic or not. If you can't feel it, you're not casting it. That's what I teach you in the 2026 Intention Wheel class. It goes along with everything we're doing here. I include the rituals, the materials, the spells, a whole packet of information and video training. You have everything you need. Check the link in the show notes, because that is the extension of this work. So, presence, coming back to what you loved about the year and what you want more of, bringing it into the present, even just the feeling, even if you don't know how in 1, 2, or 3 weeks, however many weeks is left, how that will happen. It doesn't matter. It can happen in one moment, and that's fantastic. Now, the caveat that I have in part 2 is that if you feel shadows arise now, or a little bit of darkness, and you're not moving with ease to let go of what we're leaving behind, meaning writing it out with thoughtful intention, burning it and burying it wasn't enough, that is a sign to do some shadow work. That might be what you get out of this whole series, is that shadow work might be calling you. If you have hooks, if you are still processing trauma from the year, if there's anything going on in your body, you are welcome to book a session with me or any trauma-informed coach, teacher, or therapist that will help you go into the shadows. December, this time of year, often brings the shadows. And I don't want to discount that, but I'm not covering that in this 6-part series. But I want to acknowledge, if that's you, get help that you need. I'm processing 3 different energies that we're all carrying right now, which is the pull of the year we've just had, the presence of a busy month and all kinds of change that comes, and the future that's just literally knocking at our door. So your rituals for part 2 are to complete the spell from part 1, to release what you're letting go, to anchor in what you loved about the year, to bring it present into the rest of the year, and let 2026 knock. Like, let it start swirling in, because the things that you loved this year might be still something that you intend in your intentions and your spell work for next year, but they might not. Just a feeling might be. That's why we're doing this part before we do any visioning. Because vision boards or vision planning or goal setting without feelings is hollow. All right, check the link for the class. You should join now. Use the 6-part series and the class, and I'm going to give you everything you need. And you can do them in your own time, because our schedules in December is all very different. We tend to everything just goes out the window. Normal schedules go out the window. We get breaks. We get times with families. We get busy. So I'm giving these to you for you to work in your own time. All right, I will see you back for part 3.